Hey guys, Rebels of Cloud 9. I've been working really as steadily and as quickly as I can on a whole bunch of parts. If I had an extra week, I still would find myself behind somehow, so the pressure's probably a good thing right now. I've got a couple people to mention. This is really cool, guys. I have Panzerman's Bunker. He just did an update video. Hekuboshi and Hobby Modeler. He just did a video response to video 11. As usual, I'm going to provide links to their channels down below. So guys, please go check them out. They've done terrific jobs. Cheer them on and just support them, guys. That'd be terrific. And I'm going to be including my email address today, guys. Every video from now will have my email address. This is what I would really appreciate, you guys. If you could take a picture of your tank, at least 2 to 3 pictures, depends on what you want, right? And send them to my email address. Like I said, I'm providing it down below. Send as clear and as big a pictures as you can. So if you could, and if you have no other means, please don't try not to do camera phones, because sometimes the quality on them isn't that great. I really want really nice pictures to show everybody. And be sure to include your YouTube username in the comments. So when you're taking your pictures of your tank, like I'm just going to use this for reference, it could be you holding it, you could put it out in the yard and display it. It's really up to you. As long as I have at least 2 to 3 pictures in pretty good quality and your YouTube username, I'm going to put it all together in a slideshow on Sunday and show off everyone's builds, guys. I really want to do that. I'm really excited to see that, and I know a bunch of you are too. So let's get on to the build. Excuse me. Here's the bogie assembly. These were very fiddly to do. Painting the wheels was not as big a chore as I thought it would be. I was dead worried that I was going to be there for like 3 days building these things. What I did find was a problem, though, is you're supposed to put the wheels together on these hinges right here. There are these bars here that hold the wheel. And then inside, you're supposed to put these pieces in here. And I think these are the springs in here. These look like springs. But on the instructions, I don't know how well this will pick it up. The instructions don't tell you where to put them. They just say put them in here. There's nothing highlighted. And the worst part, and I hate it when instructions do, it's an absolute peeve of mine when they don't show you the next step to show you what it looks like completed. Like, they tell you to put this on here, and then they tell you to put these 2 covers on the sides and this little gear on top, and they don't show you what it looks like on the inside. So I had enough of it. I did 2, and it was not working at all. So I just said screw it. And now, which is actually pretty cool, it's probably the better thing to do, is these can turn now. So now when I put it down on the model, I can get it perfectly level, and then just take some Tamiya extra thin, and just bloop, and they'll be set. So that's a pretty easy fix to do there. One of the other things that I did that I had mentioned is I painted all the bogies. I actually missed a spot on them, so I got to redo that. And I said to use thinner paint to touch up airbrush, and yeah, you can't tell the difference. It's pretty cool. So I'm very excited about that. The other thing I went ahead and did is I covered it all in Future, and I'm going to show you guys Future, okay? If you're in North America, it's called Future. If you're in Britain and other parts of Europe, it's called Clear with a K. This is Pledge Future, okay? Now, this is the thing you're looking for, is this little logo right here. A lot of people have said that this stuff has disappeared off the shelves. And when I was looking for it, for the first time using it, I had a devil of a time trying to find it. It wasn't until Fine Scale Modeler sent me a picture of what it looked like. And you can see this little logo here is Future. And all it is it's an acrylic floor finish. I like to keep it in a little bottle, just like this, of Future. I have, whoa, knocked my light over there. I have a special paintbrush that I use just for Future. And basically, you just apply it on, like painting it just nice and liberally. It gives it a gloss coat, an excellent finish. So one of the next steps that I'm going to do is a enamel wash. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that in a minute. Hey guys, I forgot to mention one thing. Here's the 50 caliber. I haven't painted the tip of it yet. I painted it just flat black. And the instructions say to paint it gunmetal. I have yet to see a gun that is actually gunmetal colored, unless it's a very, very old antique gun, which is exactly what this wouldn't be. So all I did was I painted it black and I dry brushed gunmetal on it. You can't see it right now, but the only thing left I have to do is paint the rest of the barrel, do another little bit of dry brushing on that, paint the handles brown, and that's basically done. It's a very good little simple 50 caliber to do. And I thought I would mention that with the stars on here, they did, like I said, they did flatten themselves instead of building up these nice pools. So guys, I did also forget to mention with Future, let it dry 1 to 2 days. 2 days is the best, guys. I know you want to work on your models right away. Let this stuff dry and settle and really bake into the paint. It'll be a lot easier to use, and you also don't run the risk. I've seen a lot of modelers in their channels and they go, I let this dry for 2 hours and then they pick it up, and you know what, you're just asking for a big fingerprint to be stuck on there, and fingerprints are really hard to get out. So yeah, let's do a wash now. Have some fun with that. Okay guys, so what I've done now is I took an old Kinder Surprise pot. I added a bunch of Testors enamel, black paint, and looks like I'm dripping somewhere. Fresh paint. You got to use a fresh pot to keep this as fresh as you can. I added a bunch of that into the pot, and then I added turpentine, or any kind of thing like it that you can find would most likely work. I've got 2 brushes here. These are brushes I use for enamel paints. One is going to be used for cleaning it. The other one is going to be used for applying it. So again, you guys, you have to use a gloss surface on this. Future works really well. So this is all I'm going to do is pick up a bit of the paint, and there's like these nice rivets here. I'm just going to paint that on them. This does take a little while longer. I'm really hoping this weekend to find some Tamiya washes. They're a lot easier to use. You don't have to mix them every time. So there, I just did all those bolts on there. I'm gonna add a nice bit on here. I'm gonna add it all over the kit, and then I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. And after it's dry, I will show you the next step. So I'm gonna finish this and be right back. Hey guys, I'm back again. So what I've done is I've let the wash dry a little bit, and what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to take my turpentine. I've got my other brush. I'm just going to take a bit of it on here. Gotta get this some wet here. And okay, I'm just going to show it on this piece here. So I've got my brush of turpentine, and what I have is a paper towel wrapped up in a set of tweezers here. You can also use a Q-tip if you want, but I like using this way better. It's a little more disposable. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your turpentine and just apply it over every place that you put this stuff. And just take your cloth and just wipe it off. And there we go. It's built up in there. Now, one of the things I failed to mention, guys, is this is not an overall wash. This is a panel wash. So this is for like what I'm doing in here. All these bolts and screws and things like that. For a general overall wash, that's going to be the next video. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do for that. And yeah, these parts are, it won't really show on my camera at the quality I have it, but it looks terrific. So guys, thanks for watching. Next video, I'll show you washing it and everything else. Oh, I gotta mention this really quick. The next thing I'm gonna do is I let this turpentine dry a little bit, and maybe for 5-6 hours. The next step is adding another layer of Future. It's a lot easier to work with it because it'll still be sticky, and just coat it in Future. It dries out really, really well. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Try not to brush it too much, otherwise you'll take out the paint. That's like if you're really scrubbing it. So thanks for watching, guys. This is RubsCloud9 signing out.